I think one of the real challenges we're facing in our society is a tendency to try and paint entire communities with a single brushstroke. We like to think that all people of a community are the same, even though when we look closely, we recognize that each community is diverse.
Given the racialized violence we have seen in our country, it is clear the civil rights movement is far from over and America is still plagued with racist ideology.
I think that racism affects society in a way where you can be racist, but being racist doesn't get you anywhere. You see, the racism only pushes society back.
I think racism affects America and society in general because it keeps us all separated and confused and at odds with each other on an ongoing basis.
I believe that racism affects society in a huge way because lots of people are held back from certain opportunities because of that.
I think racism affects society obviously in the obvious way of making people oppressed and making them more likely to be victims of certain oppressive structures like the criminal justice system, the police, and things like that. I think it also serves to divide people when they face a common kind of struggle against problems in society.
It's really about separating us, you know what I'm saying? Everybody get the chance to know everybody, different cultures. I bet it'll be a better world.
Now. The point being here is that much of the country, particularly some of our young people, don't seem to understand or remember or be aware of the history and what so many people had to go through in order for them to enjoy the rights they have today. Because if they understood, you would not be able to sing about lynching. 5,000 or so people were lynched in this country. So to have members of a fraternity sing about lynching in a cavalier way and associate lynching with exclusive policies with respect to membership. Absolutely shocking.
Sherilyn, what is your take? Some of the residents who were interviewed in Ferguson this week said they didn't understand why people were still protesting down there. After all, they'd gotten rid of half the police force and the people there. Why do you think those demonstrations go on?
Well, in many ways, I think they have to go on because the work is not complete. In fact, we're at the moment where the work really has to push forward, and that is that the Department of Justice now is entering into negotiations with the leaders of Ferguson about how they're going to change that police department. And I think this is the time when the protests actually have to become more focused and more targeted in terms of thinking about what is the result that you want. Elections are next month in Ferguson, and you've got city council elections and African Americans running for city council seats at numbers they never did in the past. So there's a real opportunity for change, and I think the people who are out want to make sure that that change actually happens. There's a lot of work to be done, and I think this discomfort that we're all feeling actually, even though it feels like we're going backwards, that's actually when we go forwards.